So once again, in the world of stuff that I can't make up, the ceiling to my laundromat collapsed. Thankfully, we caught it on camera. But that's not what's so weird about this ceiling caving in. It's an old building. You know, everybody's ceiling collapses at some point. The weird thing is, my busy laundromat had customers. We had quite a few customers come in, and no one did anything to call me, even though my cell phone number is on the wall. That was till the 7-year-old kid of my cleaning lady came by and realized, hey, we should call Mr. Brandon about the laundromat. The ceiling has fallen down. I can't make this up, and we've got lots of stuff to cover in today's video, so let's go. Now, before we get too far into the video, I want to talk about our totally awesome sponsor for this video, Raid Shadow Legends. Now, I've talked about them before on our channel, but they have probably one of the best graphic games for both mobile and PC, and you can play along with me. Meet the Bannerlords, one of the few human factions in the game. They have armors and weapons designed to be like from medieval Europe. They've recently launched a war against their old friends, the High Elves. Is there something sinister here going on? It's your job to find out in Chapter 1. Like most of you, I have spent countless hours playing video games when I was a kid, and it just blows my mind that they've got this quality on a cell phone. The graphics are just absolutely something that's going to blow you away. Raid has a non-stop summer of events. Be sure to fight in a fusion event where you can win a brand new legendary champion. This summer, Raid has a absolute non-stop schedule of events. With the new fusion events, you can get a brand new legendary champion. They've also released another 5 amazing new champions in their series. They've got a bunch more giant updates coming out this summer, so you'll want to be sure to start. Now, if you want a huge jump start in the game, like 200,000 silver, an XP boost, and an energy refill, make sure you check the description of the video or scan the QR code, screenshot the video and scan the QR code, and you can use my exclusive link to get all these bonuses. And you'll get this bonus champion. Show your support for the channel, go get Raid today, and look for me at Investment Joy on Raid Shadow Legends. I need to be profitable on this business to make it worth my time. Alright guys, I wanted to get that little tidbit in before we started the video in earnest, because this is a really interesting collection video, and there's a lot of stuff about the laundromat I want to talk to you guys about. We are very busy. If you watch through this video, I tried not to get anybody in frame, but as the video progresses, I have more and more people show up. These collection videos are getting so hard to do. But do me a favor, guys, like the video and subscribe, and then go comment and tell me what you think about this style of video again. Taking my camera along with me while I go through my machines and collect the money. I really try to show you guys exactly what it's like to be a laundromat owner and collecting the money, which is by far the most enjoyable, fun part of it. We have collected the bills now out of my $600 Coke machine. Once again, I bought it at auction. My cost of goods on these drinks are about 30% of the total revenue. We've got a nice stack of bills. We've got a nice bucket of quarters. I'm now using canvas bags that make a little less sound, and generally I think they're going to work better because now I have money buckets and money bags in the video. So we're going to progress now and go inside and start the machine collections here in a couple seconds. We have the laundry attendant office now, where I'm going to put my money buckets and money bag in order, and we're going to go through the machines, and we're going to start in the same progression, I guess you would say, as we do before, starting with the 5 machines that carried over from the original laundromat. If you remember, about 2 months ago, we got an equipment loan, and I put around $100,000 in renovation of this laundromat. These 3 machines here, they cost me about $1,500, $2,000 a piece. They were used when I bought them back in, I think, October of 2019. They very rarely break down, and they're pretty decent money makers because they're the first machines that people use. I don't know why, but they just use them first. So here we are. We've emptied the quarters into my canvas machine, and this is all you do to put them back. You just put them back in the little trough thingy, and then you put the key back in, and that's all you do. These machines have paid for themselves over and over again, and they're very reliable. Now I'm going to go to the last two top load washers that carried over from the renovations. These are pieces of crap, but I keep them because they make money. It's really not worth it for me as the owner of the place to keep a bunch of these machines. If you remember from before, they were constantly breaking down. Here's proof that people were in the laundromat. I didn't want to capture everybody on camera, but there's some person's laundry. And there's just lots of stuff. We are going to do a arcade here finally. We've got a machine on order. We're going to start putting arcade machines in the laundromat, and I want to show you guys how much money it makes. So make sure you like and subscribe to my channel and this video as well to keep track, and we're going to see how much money my Mrs. Pac-Man machine got, or how much it's going to get when we install it. Here is the hole in the ceiling of my laundromat. No joke, it collapsed. I showed you the security video from before. It was just totally crazy. And what's interesting about this coin collection is this is about 8 days worth of money. I showed you a little clip earlier on of how much money's in the safe here. It is truly incredible. To be honest with you guys, I've had to come to the laundromat and I have had to just dump quarters in my machine over and over and over again because we have run out of money in my bill exchanger 3 times, which is the last thing you want to have happen. Here is my large format washer. By far, it's the most expensive machine here. It holds 60 pounds of laundry. It is the size of like 4, maybe even 5 regular home laundry machines. We charge $9 for it, and it is by far the most popular one. So now we have collected the money from the old washers, the 60-pound machine, the dryers. This is money from the medium size machines. These ones we charge $4.50 for. They're very, very popular. At some points during these collections, I have to put the camera down because these coin bins get really, really heavy. At one point later in the video, you'll see me try to grab a bag full of change. It'll have like 50 or 60 pounds worth of quarters in it. At some point, it just gets really hard. These quarters are getting heavier and heavier. I promise I'm not getting weaker. It's just the laundromat is making more money, and that is a really, really wonderful thing, guys. Now we're going to go through the bill counting and the coin counting in the same order from start to finish. This is the last set of washers we have to do. These are the 20-pound front load ones. We just do these separate so we can track and figure out how much money they cost. These ones were, like I said, about $3,000 a piece. So keep that in mind when we talk about how much money the laundromat made. This equipment, like I said, was around $100,000. So do keep that in mind because this is the best collection we've ever done on this channel. No clickbait there. This is just a ton amount of money. It might not look like it in the quarters from some of these machines. It all comes down to literally where are you sitting in the laundromat versus where the machine is. Several people have said, wouldn't it be nice to take the machines out and just kind of switch them around so they get even use? I can't do that because they are literally bolted to the ground. And yes, I drop quarters in this video like I do every other one. And once again, I wanted to show you that I pick up every single quarter off the floor because I'm a cheapskate. Anyway, we can't unbolt them, but at some point, what I'm going to do is just change the pricing and make sure the machines get used more evenly, make the farther ones cheaper. Here is our safe. I'm trying to do it covertly. Once again, probably shouldn't be doing this because there's like 6 people in the laundromat right now, and I've kind of got my back blocking the machine. I did empty the snack vendor, but I just didn't get that on video because once again, there's 6 people out there. I grabbed money out of the safe, ran away. Here I'm organizing it. That specific pile is the snack machine. These are the bills from my drink machine, the $600 Coke machine out front. By the way, my snack machine was $800. So as we go through the money here very shortly, I want you guys to just kind of consider and think about the time frame and the amount of money that gets recouped. I have a lot of bills. Water runs me about $350 a month. The gas runs me $200 a month. The electric runs me $350 a month, maybe $400 $300 a month. The water bills are going up because we're getting more people. This is the most time-consuming part of running the laundromat when it comes to anything with money. If we'd be honest, I could just throw the quarters back in the machine and not count them. It's a good idea to count the quarters, but sometimes I can get away with just throwing a bucket of quarters in the machine and not counting. But I really need to organize the money. I need to count it to know how much money both my snack machines made and how much money my coin exchanger made, because the coin exchanger is almost exclusively money for my washers and dryers. This whole process takes about 10 to 15 minutes to do, and I count the money and get it all organized, and we've got, this is like 4 inches worth of stacked money. So now we're going to go to my $300 bill counter, and we're going to run it through by the denominations. So just in $1 bills for the snack machine, we ended at $1.56. Now we're going on to the washers and dryers and bills. I did the math on my end, and it's $240 in just ones. I think that's the most number of ones that we've ever had. We are at $396. Now we're going to go through and count only the fives. $323 in $5 bills. Next up are the $10 bills. They go real quick, and that's $190 just in pennies. Now we're on to the 20s, the good stuff. Now, like I've said before, this is by far the best we've done. We're just a couple bucks shy of $1,700 in this collection, and we haven't counted the quarters yet. What we want to do is count the surplus of quarters between what we take in and what was sitting in the change machine. Now, here we go on the count. I do apologize for the audio in the background. For some reason, our microphone is just totally overloaded by the sounds of all these quarters going. At some point, we'll get a much better microphone to go over it. But at any rate, this count here is only the quarters, nickels, and dimes from the vending machine. And on top of that, this machine does not actually count it. It just sorts the dimes and quarters out. This way I get a surplus of quarters that I can throw back into the machine. It's really important that I get this done. It was $7.25 just in quarters for the vending machine, and we got a nice little baggie of nickels and dimes that'll go in my, I'm up to like 5 gallons now of nickels and dimes from the laundromat vending machines. And we found this really weird dime. I think I'll post pictures of it on my Instagram. And I've got a nice little drawer kind of sort of hidden around here in my office that I go and I stuff extra money inside. We've found 2 weird coins during this collection. That's number 1. Now we're going to go and just sort the old machines. They did pretty well overall, so we're going to start that count right now, and we're going to let it go for a little while. But like I was saying, we really need to get as many quarters as we possibly can during these collections, because we're just constantly running out of money in the exchanging machine, and my customers get really mad if they put money in and it doesn't work. So we're going to go through, and these are just the older washers, and we ended up at $219.50. So the next machine in this order is going to be the dryers, and we're going to start it. I am not resetting the machine at this point. We're just letting the numbers go so we can go and we can count them. There is a gold quarter. I usually can get about $2 off those. That one really stuck out like a sore thumb. And this week I found a proof quarter, which is pretty cool. The dryer total was a little under 160, which is really, really weird. I don't understand why the dryers were so low, and the washer total for this collection is really, really good overall. But we're going on now to the large format washer. By far, this is the number 1 moneymaker at my laundromat. It's also the single most expensive machine. $259.25. That's really, really good. So now we're going to start in on the medium size washers. These are my 30-pound machines. They're kind of in the middle of the stack in terms of their cost. They run about $4,000-ish per machine, maybe a little more than that, but so far so good. If they're as reliable as they say they are, look at those quarters go. Just look at them, guys. But if the washers are very reliable, then they'll totally be worth it. And we ended up with $258.25, just a dollar shy. So it took 4 machines to equal what one giant washer made. So we're going on now to the small front load washers, and the collection here is absolutely pathetic. $90. It's just awful. I don't know why. So we end up with all these quarters, and it's so freaking heavy. I can't carry it anymore. There's over $1,000 worth of quarters right now, and long story short, that's over 50 pounds. I don't think that I can lift it to get in the safe, so I split it in half. We threw that back in the machine, and we end up with just lots of money here. This comes back to the running out of money situation. I've got to just constantly come in here and restock. The laundromat, I am very proud to say I am the owner of about maybe $700 worth of surplus quarters. So as we come up with the finance numbers for the laundromat here in just about a minute with our income and our expenses, the big thing is I am not accounting for about $500 worth of quarters that I keep on myself at my house. We take this to the bank and I repeat the process all over again. So stay tuned. There will be more car wash videos because I still have car washes, guys, and they're still making me pretty decent money. So we're going to show you the total financial performance of my laundromat. We have not collected any rent, which sucks, but we'll get those figured out here soon. I have not got any payments from the ATM or the coin pusher this month, but we're still at a little over $2,600. We've still got almost 2 weeks left in the month, which is by far the best we've ever done. Just laundromat and vending sales. Here's the breakdown of my expenses: water, gas, electric, my cleaning expenses, my mortgage. Those numbers are shown on the screen. A lot of complaints asking why would I spend all this time to just get a little bit of cash flow. The cash flow was a little over $200. Here's for all the big brain people. If we add back in my principal curtailment payments, we end up with over $1,000 so far this month, which is cool. Make sure you like and subscribe because I will have car wash content soon. The machine is almost done.